I couldn't find any information, and nobody has shared any secrets that works on LinkedIn, although it may. I don't know.
Well, we'll definitely find out. So let me learn a little bit more. You said that you do some of the social media posts, right? You do posting for people with social media?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that? Because I know that posting on LinkedIn, for example, is one of the best ways to get engagement. And I know that there are a lot of people out there that post on LinkedIn, but they get no engagement. So can you tell us a little bit about what you do and about posting on LinkedIn and also on some of the other social media platforms?
Sure. On most, we want to do something on your post that encourages engagement. That's the number one thing most people miss. Ask a question. Encourage that answer. Do a contest. Post a video. They get higher engagement just for being a video and more viewership as well. So do things like that, and it's going to increase your engagement.
Now, do you offer those services where somebody can engage you to do posts on a regular basis for them?
I would consider that. I don't really offer it. I do the actual post for them.
And then they post them on their social media. So you actually create the post. Now, do you do videos, or do you do quotes, or is it a combination of things? Because I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with. You know, they just don't know what to put out there. They don't know what is engaging content. And we look to the experts like you to help us create that.
I do that, and, you know, you have to think out of the box sometimes, and don't use the normal picture. Here's one I've used as an example. It was Go Fishing Day, and if you go to daysoftheyear.com, you're going to find a day of the year for every day that exists, and there's multiple holidays on some days. But it'll give you a start if you're ever lacking for something to post that day. And one day was Go Fishing Day. Now, what do you think when you do go fishing? You think of somebody with a fishing rod. I found an image of a pelican pulling a fish out. And I used that instead. So you want to think a little outside the box with your image choice. Do something that's eye-catching, and then, you know, put the caption on there. And the best thing to do is post daily. A lot of people miss that.
Yeah, that's really true. That's really true, because I know from posting on LinkedIn on a daily basis, that's where I get the highest engagement. And what you're looking for is to create posts that people like so much that not only are they going to like and comment on them, they're going to reshare them with their network, which gets you a much greater exposure. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So I'm curious, because I know that for a lot of people that do webinars, for example, PowerPoint is huge. It's one of, you know, and I've looked at things like Prezi, which is very complicated. And do you do Prezi? I'm just curious. That to me is like, you know, learning a new language, right? So hard. But when you're talking about doing a webinar and you're using PowerPoint, is there a recipe that you use to help the entrepreneurs, the real estate, the mortgage people, to get the people at the end of the webinar to stay engaged throughout the entire thing and then have a call to action? What are some of the suggestions that you would make to people, given that right now we are in such a virtual world? Everybody is doing master classes and webinars because we just can't go out and, you know, get in front of those live crowds anymore, and who knows when that's going to happen again. So what's the secret sauce that you've discovered when it comes to PowerPoint and webinars?
Well, I like to do what I call mix and match. I like to use a lot of different techniques and import them into PowerPoint. There's a lot of apps out there. There's PowerPoint, there's video software. And the secret is, if you can combine a lot of different things to get that unique appeal and use them in your PowerPoint presentation, it breaks up the monotony of it. It keeps them engaged. It's getting them on the edge of their seat, like, oh, what's coming up next? use great graphics, keep your fonts to a maximum of 2. If you do any branding for your business, most likely you have a text font as just a basic font, and then you have a script font. So use those. If you need a font, go to dafont.com, DAFONT.com, and you'll find a ton of fonts there that you can select from. Add animations to your slide deck. Use interesting transitions. I did a book testimonial PowerPoint for one of your clients, and if you remember, the transition I used was a page flip. So try and tie it in with the theme of your PowerPoint presentation. For real estate agents, I use the door opening because that's appropriate for that field. So try and use that. Stay within your branding colors. You can pick colors by hex codes, or there's a chart to pick them from, or you can use a little eyedropper to color match something in an image even. But just vary it so that you keep their attention.
How do you keep people from, copying your slides? Do we trademark them? I know you're not an attorney, but you certainly are an expert when it comes to this. What are some suggestions that people can do to safeguard their slides so that they don't find another person in their very same field using their slide deck?
Well, at the beginning, I always put the copyright, the year and the copyright, and all rights reserved. So that helps. It doesn't prevent them. They can try it, and would I know it? Probably not. I don't see every slide deck out there. But that's to try and prevent them from even the thought of doing that.
Got it. One of the things that a lot of people don't realize is that with PowerPoint, the one place that you should upload your PowerPoint deck is to SlideShare. And the reason that you would want to put it on SlideShare is because SlideShare is owned by LinkedIn. So it just gets you a little bit higher in the search engines, which is a very cool thing. So we're winding down to the last couple of minutes. Barb, how can people reach you if they want to learn more about using your services and hiring you as the secret weapon that I know you are? What's the best way to get in touch with you?
The best way is to email me, Barb at barbmickelson.com. So it's BARB at BARBMICKELSEN.com. No O's or H's in my name or I won't get it.
Well, Barb,
I can even send you a little mini portfolio that's things I've done, or if you want to go on LinkedIn under my name, Barb Mickelson, I have social media tips for video. You can take a look at those too and see if any interest in that.
Awesome. Well, I am so glad that you were here today. You are my secret weapon when it comes to all of my graphics and testimonials, and I hope that people do reach out to you. I'm Rhonda Scher, your host of Unleashing LinkedIn on Society Bites Radio, and today I've had the pleasure of interviewing Barb Mickelson, an expert in PowerPoint, video, flip books, and so much more. So if you are not on LinkedIn, please connect with me on LinkedIn. If you'd like to get a complimentary review of your profile, send an email to me at unleashinglinkedin@gmail.com. And most of all, remember, if you're not LinkedIn, you might be left out. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us.